So today I'm going to show you guys how to achieve a glowy, dewy look without looking completely greasy. So if you have oily skin, you already look dewy, but in a bad way. So I'm going to show you guys how to look dewy, glowy with healthy skin without looking completely greasy. If you don't have oily skin, it doesn't matter, the technique still works, except for use a luminous foundation or don't wear a mattifying primer, but the technique works either way. So if you want to see how to get this skin, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with skin prepping. It is very important to exfoliate your skin when you're doing a makeup look, whether it is a dewy makeup look, a matte makeup look, or even like no foundation but you want your skin to look flawless. It's very, very important to exfoliate. So what I personally use to exfoliate is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel. This is what it looks like. I have sensitive skin, so this works awesome for my skin. It is very, very gentle. I'll show you guys. Like, it's just a gel. It doesn't have any like beads like any other exfoliator would. It just takes off the dead skin. It's super cool. It's super gross, but I mean, I like to watch stuff like that. Okay. So I already exfoliated my skin and I already moisturized it. So since I do have very oily skin, I moisturize it with a gel. I don't use a regular moisturizer or an oil. I do a gel. So, okay. So now that the hair is out of the way, we can get started. I went ahead and did my eyes before starting so we could only focus on the skin, which is basically what the tutorial is all about, the glowy skin. I'm going to start off with my primer, and this is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. And this is just like a little sample I got at Sephora. And I'm just going to apply that to oily areas, which is basically my T-zone. I'm going to use a mattifying primer just because I have very oily skin. So the rest of my face is going to be dewy. I just don't want my oils to show. Okay, so after primer, I'm going to go in with the Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. And this is what they look. This in like the areas where I usually highlight. So like my cheekbone area, a little bit on my nose, just a little bit. Some on my chin, on my forehead, that's it. And then I'm going to blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. So the reason I'm doing this is for the glow. It's for it to look like we are glowing from within. So we're gonna put our foundation on top of that, but it's still gonna like peek through. Foundation, it's important to know your skin type. As you guys know, I have oily skin, so I cannot wear a luminous foundation all the time. I can do it during the winter here in the East Coast because my skin just dries up really bad here. If I were to be in Arizona, I don't wear luminous foundations because they just break up around my chin area. So right now, since it's summer, I know that I can't wear a luminous foundation, so I wear the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. And this is supposed to be matte, but for my skin, it's not matte at all. It's more of a velvety finish, and as the day goes by, it turns into a very dewy foundation for me. So I'm just gonna apply that with my Real Techniques sponge. And I am actually in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I'm just gonna dot this first. Ugh. Did I get that on my shirt? Oh. I'm just going to blend that into my skin with the sponge. And this foundation is kind of too dark for me. I have like a really weird undertone. It's an olive undertone, I know that. Olive yellow undertone, which is not that weird really, but I'm kind of pale. And most of the foundations that are olive, that have like that olive undertone, are for more tan skin. And I'm not tan, so I have to mix foundations around or just go darker. But then I'm gonna fix it with my concealer so it won't look as dark. And then I also go like on my neck so it doesn't look as bad. I just grabbed a little more and I'm gonna put that in the areas where I have more visible scars. And then on my neck. So I'm about to blend that out. I'm not gonna leave it there. If I'm like not looking at the camera, it's because I have my mirror right in front of it. I mean right behind it. The viewfinder is tiny, so I can't really see myself in it. My scars are still peeking through. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh. Just gonna add a little more. Right there. And you only want to keep adding to the areas where you need it. You don't want to end up with cake face. Okay, I hope that's blended. Okay, so that looks super dark. I should have probably tanned. That's okay. I put this nasty foundation off my lips. For the concealer, actually, I'm gonna go in with some lip balm. I'm using the Aquaphor Healing Ointment. I love this for my lips. It's the only thing that works. I have very dry lips, so chapstick doesn't do shit for me. Now I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. Come on. Focus. I'm just gonna put this right underneath my eyes. And my chin, some on my forehead, and my nose. I do highlight my forehead a lot because it's tiny. And then I'm just gonna blend everything out. Hopefully this will make the foundation look a little less darker. Because I know it looks ridiculous, but this is like my summer shade, and I haven't been out enough just because the weather is horrible. It's either always raining, and when it's not raining, it's super humid out. So humidity gets me in a really bad mood. So I'd rather not go out at all. That's making it better, right? Another thing is I usually always self-tan. I've been self-tanning since I was really young because of my skin tone again. I was a little bit insecure about it. But I'm over it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go like underneath my cheekbones. Then we're gonna set only the areas where we put the concealer. I'm not gonna set my entire face like I usually do. because we want to stay luminous and glowy. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder with my e.l.f. blush brush. I'm not taking a lot of product, and I'm just setting like my under eye area, keeping it very close to the center. I don't want to go out here at all because that's what I want to be luminous. Just right here. And of course any areas that get oily too. This is gonna be a pain to edit because I keep talking and messing up. And my nose gets really oily too. And around my nose. And that's it. So now I'm going to apply my Hoola Bronzer by Benefit with my Real Techniques contour brush. I've never used this for powder. And I go really lightly because those are the areas where I have my scars. So I don't want to move the foundation around, especially because I didn't set it. And then I'm going to do my jawline too. Other side. I have a huge ass jawline. My double chin. Doesn't matter how much weight I lose, I'll always have a double chin, apparently. On the sides of my nose too, just a little. And for bronzer, I will be using the Milani Glow Baked Bronzer. It's in the shade number 4. This has like shimmer, which is going to help with the glow. So I will be applying that with my MAC 135. I love this brush. It's my fave. I'm going to try to get as much product as I can because this is very subtle. Again, with a very light hand, because I don't want to move my foundation. I'll just put a little bit on my tiny forehead and on the other side. So for blush, we're also going to go with a glowy one. When I say glowy, I mean glowy. I don't mean glittery. If you go in with a glittery blush and you have either very large pores or you have texture on your skin, it's going to accentuate every single problem on your skin. So don't go in with glitter. Go in with dewy, glowy, luminous. So I will be using, I think this is a Lancome blush. This is in the shade Blushing Treasure. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Yo hablo español, so no sé. Shit takes forever to focus. And I'm applying that with my Wet n Wild contour brush. Can you guys see it? I feel like I can't see it on the camera. Just a little on the nose. I like that. Now the fun part, we're going to be going in with the highlighter. I will be using the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. Just looks like that. It's all crusty. I'll be going in with Champagne Pop, which is one of my favorites. It's kind of gross, but I'll show you guys. It's this one right here. To the top of my cheekbones. Again, nothing on this area because we don't want to accentuate pores and the texture. Then I'm going to go in with whatever is left over on my forehead because I don't want my forehead to be super glowy since I do have a lot of texture on my forehead. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to go in on my chin. Love that. So pretty. On my nose. And my Cupid's bow. Also going to be adding this to my brow bone. My camera keeps overheating and it's driving me nuts. So if I look a little different, it's because it keeps overheating and turning off, and then I have to wait a couple of minutes and then turn it back on. Anyway, I'm also going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. I'm still going to intensify the highlight, but I'll show you guys right now because I'm going to turn this off before it overheats. We're back. Okay, so to intensify the highlight, I will be going in with another highlight, and this is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm Cosmetics. This guy has been through a lot. If you don't know, the Mary Luminizer is super sensitive, so it broke right away. So I can't show you guys what it looks like, but it's been through a lot, but it still works. Tiny bit to the top of my cheekbones. I love a very highlighted nose because I have a small nose, so I think it looks cute. And then I'm also going to be applying that to the inner corners. So much better. For lips, I'll be wearing the MAC Lasting Sensation. Is that the name of it? I don't know. This is a MAC lip liner. It says Lasting Sensation. It came in my Sun Siren kit. And it's like a coral shade. So I'll just overline my lips a little bit. And I'm not going to talk because then I'm going to mess it up. I don't like my Cupid's bow, so I always like to overline it, like just make a straight line through it, because I don't like the Cupid's bow. I don't know why. Now I'm gonna go over it with the MAC Vegas Volt. This is an amplified lipstick. I hope this looks good because I'm just winging it. This is too pink, I don't like it. Go over it with my Milani Craze lip cream thing. Just put a little more red to it. It's still coral, but it has a little more red. I like that. So that's gonna dry matte. And I don't want it to be matte because in order for my entire face to look like glowy and dewy and luminous. I think that gloss makes a huge difference. And this is the MAC Lip Glass in the shade Good Times. Now I'm going to finish the look with my MAC Fix Plus. Let's spray this all over my face. And I'm just going to remove this headband and show you guys the finished look. So this is the finished look. If you guys have any suggestions as to what you want to see from me, please make sure to comment down below. I originally wanted this channel to be only vlogs, but I realized that that wasn't really what I wanted. I kind of wanted to get on here and show you guys how I do my makeup, because I love watching other people do their makeup. I don't know if anybody's interested in watching me do my makeup, but I enjoy doing my makeup and watching other people do their makeup. But I will be starting like a vlog series next week, probably once my boyfriend gets back. I had not been able to film because my boyfriend's daughter was here, so we wanted to focus on her only and only doing things that she would like to do. So it made no sense for us to be filming things that we don't usually do. So they're starting back up next week, hopefully, if everything goes right. Just so you guys get to know the city with me. Let me know down below what you want to see from me, any feedback that you have for me, like if the angle on the camera is bad, if you hate my backdrop, just let me know, whatever. Also, like, let me know if you want me to speak English or Spanish. The reason I'm speaking English is because I feel more comfortable like using makeup terms in English. Pero igual los puedo hacer en español, nada más tengo que hacer mi research un poquito mejor en las palabras que quiero usar. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and please subscribe down there.